Hey, welcome to Pilates with Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today, I am bringing you a Reformer Tower combo intermediate strength workout using the Pilates Arc. I have my Pilates Arc set up on my Reformer with the seat part disconnected. We'll pick up the seat part later on, but right now I'm just gonna go ahead, place it over to the side. So I have the gentle slope towards my foot bar, and I have my footwork springs on, foot bar in its normal position. Over at the tower, I have my long yellow springs with my double loops connected, and they are right at the level of my push-through bar. And then at the top, I have my yellow short springs with just the handles attached. So that is the setup that we need for today's class. Get yourself ready, springs on, Pilates Arc in the center over your shoulder blocks. And once you're ready, I'll meet you on the Reformer. All right, so we're just gonna start having a seat on the top of our arc with our feet onto our carriage. We're just gonna begin with some mobility work. Using the spine corrector really helps our form, so making sure that we get into all planes of motion with the spine in this workout. So just want to do some mobility work to make sure we are warmed up throughout our upper body. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back and down, we're going to reach those arms out in front of us. And then from here, I want you to tuck your chin towards your chest. Slowly curl yourself in, draw those abs in, send those shoulders back and down as you roll your spine, bringing your nose towards your knees. Exhale, slowly roll it up. As you continue rolling your spine up, I want you to lift your arms up over your head. Maybe allow yourself to come up into a little extension, looking up at the clouds. Inhale, slowly roll yourself down, one vertebrae at a time, tucking that chin towards the chest, drawing those abs in deep towards that back as you roll yourself down vertebrae by vertebrae. Exhale, roll it up. Allowing that body to come into that extension. We're going to do one more here. When you come up to that extension this time, just hold yourself there. Keep those abs pulled in. I want you to open your arms out to the letter T. Face your palms down, drop those shoulders, and straighten that spine. We're gonna come with some spine twist here, so I'm gonna go ahead, rotate my waist around my spine, face you, pump myself twice, bring myself back to center, rotate my spine towards the right, pump twice, bring back to center. So rotating, alternating from side to side, getting that rotational work in through the spine. Maybe get a few back pops. Let's go for 2. One more here. Come back to the center, bring your arms down, shoulders back and down. You're gonna raise your right hand up over by your ear, arm is reaching long. You're gonna take that hand, you're gonna reach over for lateral flexion, bringing that left hip to rib to hip, I should say. Bring it back up to center. Drop that right hand, lift the left hand up, laterally flex over towards the right, trying to squeeze that rib towards the hip. Keep that opposing shoulder down. Let's go one more right, one more left. Bring it back up to center. Go ahead, roll those shoulders, and you can carefully come off your carriage. Make sure that your footwork springs are on. So getting into this position is the most difficult part. You're gonna come over, you're gonna grab your straps, your springs, your long yellows. I'm gonna hold down at the loops, and I'm gonna have a seat back on the top of my arc. Now, once I'm back on the top of my arc, I'm gonna take these loops and I'm gonna bring them around. Now, you're gonna take that loop, you're gonna bring it on to your foot, bring it over your foot and place it on to your thigh. So sitting up here, you're using your upper body to help you get those loops onto your thighs. Once those loops are on your thighs, make sure your hands are behind the springs, and you're gonna slide your bottom down towards the carriage mat. Once your bottom's down towards the carriage mat, you're gonna lie yourself down. Now, if your springs are hitting your shoulders, you may have to move your springs up higher. So just depending, you should be comfortable. You can also move your arc back a notch. Heels are coming to that foot bar. Abs are pulled in, shoulders are down. You should be quite comfortable here. Chin a little tucked towards your chest, straight line looking straight above. Flex those toes. Take an inhale, exhale, push yourself out, resist yourself in. So your hands can be at your hips. I just like to keep my hands here. They can be long on the carriage. You're just pressing that carriage out, resisting it in. So we're gonna do repetitive motions here, go into patterns, and we're gonna keep moving that pattern through this first set of footwork here. We have 2 more double leg presses. Next time you come in, left leg's coming to tabletop, single leg press here for 8. 4. 'Last one, you're gonna come in, you're gonna switch your foot, come all the way in, place that left foot down, right foot in, single leg for 8. 3, 2, 1, both feet down, heels are on, press it out for 6. So think about the resistance of those springs. You have to have a lot of control here because you're really working the eccentric muscle back. Going for 6 on the left. Last one. Right leg pushes, left leg table for 6. 2, 1, back to double for 4. So think about being in the gym, doing that leg press here. Left leg's pushing for 4. Large muscle group, tiring out that muscle. Repeat for 4. Right is pushing. We're going to 2s, double feet down. We press it out for 2. Left foot is pushing for 2. Right foot is pushing for 2. We're going for singles. Press double foot, bring it in. Left foot pushes, bring it in. Right foot pushes, continue singles. Double. 2 more. Press it out. 1 more set. Found myself cheating a little bit. Come in for that full squat. Bring it all the way in and bring that carriage closed. We're going to slide down to the balls of the feet. The heels are now lifted. Abs are pulled in. When you're ready, double leg press. We're going for 6 here. Squeeze the kneecaps to the quads. Really squeeze through those glutes. Last one, same pattern. Right leg comes to table for 6. If you need to reduce your weight, by all means, please do so. Come in, last one here. We're going for the left. In table, right is pushing. Keep that heel up. Last one, double leg for 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for right. Left is pushing, sorry, right's in table. Last one. Bring it in. Go for left in table. We're going for 2s. Double. Left for 2. Right for 2. Go in for singles. Double. Left. Right. Double. Left. Right. 2 more. Double. Right. Left. Double. Right. Last one. Left. Finish it with the double. Bring it all the way in and close that carriage. Go ahead, take a moment. Lean yourself over that box. Open that chest. Maybe bring your knees towards your chest. We're going to go ahead, put those heels back on the bar. Heels are squeezing together, Pilates V. When you're ready, press the carriage out. Squeeze through those inner thighs and resist it in. Press it out and in. We're going to do 3 more just like this. Then we're going to add that lower and lift. For 2. Last one, hold it out. I want you to lower the heels, lift the heels, and bring it in. Press it out. Lower, lift, and in. We have 3. For 2. Last one here. Come up on those toes. Bring those heels together. Go ahead, lay yourself back on that box. Heels are coming to that bar. Now carefully, I want you to hold on to that bar, and we're going to be lifting our hips, but as we lift our hips, our shoulders are going to be braced on the Pilates Arc. So arms are by your side, carriage is going to move. Abs are pulled in, heels are on that bar. You're going to go ahead, squeeze everything together. Try the best you can to keep that carriage closed. You're going to lift your hips. Now you slide yourself up on top of that arc so your head is supported. Your shoulders are supported. Slide yourself back down if it's too much. Now squeeze the glutes. From here, when you're ready, carriage stays quiet. You're going to drop the hips and lift. Lower and lift. So really squeeze that glute at the top. You don't have to go so deep. Remember, you are much higher. You're just working that hip thrust as you squeeze those glutes, lifting those hips. Last 3. For 2. Last 1. We're going to hold it up. Just hold it up. We're going to pulse it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it down. Bring your bottom all the way down. Come into that spine corrector, slide your bottom down, and carefully lift your head on up. Good stuff. All right, go ahead, take your right strap off. Right strap is coming off. You can let it come to the bar behind you. This strap off, let it go carefully to the tower. We're gonna carefully come on up. We are going to be changing our spring to one medium spring. That is one blue spring, taking off that green spring. We're gonna carefully come on up. We are gonna grab our strap again. And then we're gonna come kneeling on top of the arc. So our knees are coming to the top of the arc. Your toes are tucked down into the carriage underneath you. Arms are down. You can have your long loop or your short loop. We're still working the side, whatever side of the body you're on, just keep track of what side you're on. So when you're ready, shoulders down, abs pulled in. Go ahead, you're gonna bring that arm back. Now carriage is gonna move, so this is where you need lots of control. You don't want that carriage to bang into the stopper. So pressing out, you need lots of control, especially returning that carriage home, resistance. The faster you go, you'll start banging. So this is where you really got to find that control. Now, if you feel comfortable here, you always have that option to lift that opposite foot and bring the arm down. So you choose where you want to be, controlling that carriage. Woo. We're going to go for 3 more. 2. Last one. When that arm comes down long, come to the stopper. You're going to go ahead and place that knee down. You're going to bring that arm towards your hip. Now, the faster we move, the less the carriage moves. So now we're going to bring the straight arm press, bring it back towards the foot bar quickly as the carriage doesn't move. So now we're picking up the pace, bringing the arm out. Pressing it back. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, relax that arm. And then carefully coming in for set 2. So first we're going to move the carriage. Arm is coming back by our sides. Coming in for a triceps. So slowly close the carriage. Find that control. Press it back. Now you have the option. You can lift that opposite foot if you choose. Quite difficult to control it with the forearm. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Place that foot down if you have it up. We're going to keep that elbow long. Carriage is away from the bumper. Here we go into triceps quickly. Try to keep the carriage quiet. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Don't let that strap go, but you can carefully come on out. Relax that arm. Nice little burn there. And then keep that strap in your hand. We're carefully going to kneel down. And before we get anywhere, we're going to change that spring. So now we're changing onto one heavy spring, taking off that medium blue. So to a red spring. We're going to find ourselves lying on, I'm lying on my left hip. My right foot is going to come in to that loop. So what you do is you push out Then you grab your leg, push it into that strap. Once you have it in that strap, you can go ahead, reach that leg long. Now I keep the foot bar here to keep me honest and to keep me in line with my springs, so I use it as feedback. Abs are pulled in, hold on to this Pilates Arc. Use the sides. When you're ready, hip is square to the wall in front of you. You're sweeping it forward. But again, you have to do it slowly because you have to control this carriage. Sweep it back. Sweep it forward. And sweep it back. I love the arc here because it really keeps you in a great alignment. It keeps your obliques up. That's why I also like to use the foot bar, because it also keeps me at hip height. Last two. One more. When that leg is long by that foot bar, hold it there. Really stamp on that foot bar. Point the toe. We're going to bicycle it in slowly. Control the carriage. Now you're going to extend the leg. Try to stop it with the back of your leg. Reach it long. Stabilize the carriage. Bend it in slowly. Extend it long. That's the hard part. And bring it out. We're only doing 4 in each direction. One more here, and then we're going to reverse it. Once that knee comes in, stabilize that carriage, push it away, swing it forward. Hard part, try to stop it with that glute. Bend it in, push it away. Sweep it forward. Bend it in and push. Step on the foot in front of you, yes. One more here. Use that breath, that hip should be talking. You're gonna push towards the foot bar. Now slowly bring it in. Bring that hip on top of hip. We're gonna tap knee, lift. Knee, lift. So a little internal rotation of the knee. Now if you wanna make it a little more dynamic, which is a little bit harder on the springs, you can tap heel, knee, heel, knee. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully take that strap off, and you can now let this strap go. Go ahead, come up, sit for a moment, roll those shoulders. Here I want you to put your bar to its highest position. We're staying on that one red spring. We're gonna come prone, laying over our arc. So you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna lie yourself down. Now my carriage bed is a little bit shorter than most people's, so I am moving my arc down. If you feel you need to, by all means, you'll see what I'm talking about. So if you have the infinity foot bar, you'll be fine. I do not. So I'm gonna lean over this box, or arc, sorry, but I want my chest off of it, and I want the arc to be right at the top of my rib cage. So my elbows can come down, my shoulders can come down my back, soft bend in my elbows, and the backs of my legs are supported by this foot bar. So we're gonna begin with some prone work here, using that foot bar to keep your body long. You're gonna go ahead, bring your hands to the rails, send those shoulders back and down. I'm gonna start with my right hand. I'm gonna bring it behind my head. Left hand is supporting me on the rail. If you feel okay here, by all means, you can bring your hand to the front of the arc. We're gonna go ahead, rotate towards the left, bring it back to center. So you're just rotating, looking under your armpit and bringing it back. Pelvis is pushing down. You're supported through that foot bar. Your body is long, and you're just rotating from the waistline, really using your upper thoracic. Last 3 for 2. 1 more. Bring it back to center. Right hand down, left hand comes up. Relax the shoulder. Go ahead, rotate towards the left, bring it back. Remember, there's no extension here. You're in neutral. Remember, you can be holding on as well. Last 2. 1 more here. Option to hold both hands on the rail. We're going to curl ourselves down, lift ourselves up. You have the option, you can do it with one hand. Curl yourself down, lift yourself up. Option for both hands. They can be behind your head or in front of your chest. Squeeze through those glutes. Squeeze that back body. We got 3, 2. This is the last one. Lift it on up. Curl yourself down. Bring the hands to the rails and bring your knees back. Go ahead, send yourself back. Give yourself some cat-cow here. Great job. All right, we're going to change that spring. You can step off of that carriage for a moment. We're going to change that spring back to a blue. You can also take that spring, you can also take the foot bar down, sorry. Once you have the foot bar down, you're going to walk over to your tower. You are going to grab your strap. Once you have that strap, you're going to step up onto the carriage carefully, and we are coming back to that bird dog position or quadruped position. Shoulders are back and down. Abs are pulled in. Remember, the carriage is going to move. You want to keep it from banging. So press your arm towards your hips. Resist it back. Press it towards your hips and back. Resisting it back on this side for me, weirdly, is easier than it is on my stronger side. Oh, maybe because I didn't lift my foot up. All right, so when you're ready, if you want to lift that opposite foot, go ahead. I knew something was wrong. Press it back, resist it forward. Ah, that changes the game. I was like, I was forgetting something. Let's go for 2 more here. One more. When the arm comes down, carefully bring that foot down. Toes are tucked. Fast, straight arm presses. So you're bringing the arm, move the carriage, stabilize it, arms by the hips. Now forward and back, forward, back. Stabilize that carriage. Press the arms forward, back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that arm, relax that shoulder for a moment. All right, we have those triceps. So we're going to press back, get the carriage stable. Then we're going to bend the elbow, slow it down. press back. Slow it down. I think I did that one too fast, okay? Spring work really works you so much differently. I do love it. One more here. When the arm is back, let the carriage stabilize. We're going into those fast triceps. When you're ready, back, forward, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully keep holding on to that strap. Come carefully down. And this is where we are gonna go side lying. I need to change my box back to the center. So I'm gonna go ahead, change it back to the center. I'm gonna have a seat on my side. I'm gonna change my spring from one blue spring to one red spring. So make sure you change your spring back to that one red. You're gonna push out with the bottom leg of the foot bar, reach that leg into the long strap. Once you have that foot in the long strap, go ahead, situate yourself. Obliques are up, shoulders are down. You're gonna extend that leg long, press on that foot bar. Keep those hips square to the wall in front of you. From here, we're gonna sweep the leg forward. You gotta control the carriage. It's gotta be slow and controlled so you don't hit the bumper. Now sweep it back. Control is the name of the game, especially with tower and reformer work. Try to relax that upper part of the body. Squeeze towards the foot bar. Bring it back. Go for 2 more. Next time the leg is towards the foot bar, hold it there. Stabilize the carriage. We're going to bend it in, slowly bend it in. Extend it forward. Pull it back towards the foot bar. In. Extend. Press towards the foot bar. One more here. When that knee comes back in over that other knee, stabilize the carriage, push yourself out towards the foot bar. Sweep the leg forward, bend it in, control the carriage. Push towards the foot bar, sweep forward, bend it in. We have 2 more. Push. Last one. You're going to push the foot towards the foot bar. Now bend the knee in so knees are in line. This is where we tap the heels to heels or just the knees to knees. Whichever one, you can do both. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bend that knee on in. Woo! You can carefully let that strap go. And go ahead, come on up, sit for a second. Roll those shoulders. Go ahead, let's change that blue spring to a red spring, putting that one heavy spring on. We're gonna take our arc off. We're gonna place it towards the edge of the carriage. This is where we're gonna grab our seat. Seat's gonna come on, get connected to the arc. And then once you have that connected, you're gonna step into the well. You're gonna grab those short yellow loops now that have the handles on them, and you are gonna go ahead and have a seat on the spine corrector. Now, please be mindful where you sit in this seat is different for everybody. Everybody's spine is a little bit different. I have a friend who sits all the way up here because it fits her arm back. I sit kind of somewhere in the middle, and I know people who like to sit deep in the well. So you choose where it works for you and your body. Palms are coming together, shoulders are being drawn down my back. I'm leaning down on that spine corrector, abs are pulled in. This should be quite comfortable. Now we're going to begin with low rows. Carriage is going to move. So you're going to bend the elbows in towards your waistline. You resist it back. So really resisting that carriage back, using those eccentric muscles to help control that carriage. Now I am going to layer this on, so you have the option to stay here with both feet planted on the ground. But everybody in the next two is going to go ahead, keep their arms long. Now choice is carriage is away from the bumper. Choice is to bring that left leg to tabletop. Right arm is the only arm that's going to move. We're going to rotate towards the foot bar, bring it back, but we're going to do it fast with a twist that the carriage doesn't move. So at first it may start to move, but now your job is to keep that carriage quiet and pull and release. Release. Try to keep those hips quiet. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. Foot comes down. Both arms are now coming in for a chest press. So pull the arms back, resist it forward. Pull the arms back, resist. Elbows are coming wide. Relax those shoulders. Caught myself in the mirror. Feel those back muscles, those scapulas squeeze together. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms reach long. Palms face each other again. Right leg is now coming to table. Left arm is going to do those low rows with rotation. Carriage is going to move for the first one, stabilize it. Now release and rotate. Release, rotate. Try to keep that carriage quiet. Pick up the speed that keeps the carriage quiet. Rotate, release. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring both those arms together. Legs are squeezing together. Layering this up just a little bit more. Palms are coming long. We're going to come in for a bicep curl, resisting it back. So in for a bicep, a little bit harder here, resisting it back. Elbows have to stay high. Abs are pulled in. Keep those shoulders plugged down your back, away from those ears. We have 4, 3, 2. Last one, you're going to hold that bicep curl, stabilize that carriage. Option to bring one leg to table or both legs to table. Draw those abs in, squeeze it up. We're going to pulse the arms. Pulse, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, release those arms. Feet can come down. And I am going to stand up. I don't like to let my springs snap back. They'll hit the mirror behind me. All right, you can carefully step out of the well. We are done with the Pilates Arc, so you can go ahead, take it away. We are going to finish up with some feet and straps, so go ahead, add that blue spring on. Once you have that blue spring on, we're going to grab those long loops again. But this time, we're going to lie down on the carriage. Headrest can come up. So same way you get in normal feet and straps, you lie yourself down. Reach out, you bring one foot into the loop, followed by the other. Once you have those feet in those loops, go ahead, extend those legs up towards the clouds. Now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna bring them down to 45 degrees, stabilize the carriage. We're coming in for a bend and stretch. Carriage is gonna move. You wanna control the carriage, so move your legs together, squeezing together. We're gonna go for 3 more. 2. When those legs are long, hold them there. You're gonna float them up towards the clouds. Carriage is gonna come down, control it. Lower the legs towards the foot bar. Lift and lower. Try to keep that bottom planted as best you can. Last 3. 2. When the legs come up to the top, you're going to open them up and around, come around for your circles, control them. They don't have to be as big as they normally are. You're just trying to make nice, get movement, nice little circles, get nice movement through those hips. Trying to work those legs together, even though they are completely independent of one another. Last 3 in this direction. When the feet come up to the top, you're going to float them down. Come out and around for circles. Float them down, out and around. Last 3. 2. And 1. Go ahead when those legs come on in. Go ahead, bring your feet into a butterfly. Pull through those straps. Maybe open your legs wide. Allow, maybe tuck, anteriorly tuck, and let the carriage pull you up just a little bit. Rock side to side. And then we can carefully take one strap off, followed by the other. Carefully let those straps go long. And then we are going to go ahead, roll ourselves up. Just let's finish with an eaves lunge here. So taking my inside foot, placing it down on the carriage. Take that one blue spring off, just come down to one red. Open up that hip flexor, stretch it out. Maybe extend the carriage long. Stretch that front leg. Carefully bring it in. And you definitely could stay here longer if you need to, but I'm gonna go ahead, go over to the other side. Same thing here, place my knee down, extend myself out. Extend that leg long. And then go ahead, bend that front knee. Bring the carriage on in. And then carefully roll yourself up. Thank you so much for working out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this Reformer Tower combo class. And like always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And until next time, I'll meet you on the Reformer. Bye.